Hi again, everybody. It's Kevin Canessa coming to you from the home studio tonight on this, the 7th day of December in the year 2022. This is one of those live videos that I hate to have to do, but there's a very serious situation ongoing in the township of Nutley that I am here to talk to you about. Earlier today, we got a statement from Detective Lieutenant Anthony Montanari, who is the Public Information Officer for the Nutley Police Department, and he confirmed that the Volunteer Fire Chief of the Nutley Fire Department is under investigation. Originally, it was supposed to be by the Essex County Prosecutor's Office, but now it's the Hudson County Prosecutor's Office for the chief's alleged role in an online YouTube sex sting. Now, I'm going to try to explain this as best as I can. I have seen these sex stings before on YouTube. They are done by non-law enforcement, and they're done by young people, usually. And a lot of them are very, very well-intentioned human beings who really want to get sex predators off the internet and away from young children. So in this particular case, the man who is behind the sting is a man called Rami. He lives in New Jersey, and he's been doing this for, I would say, probably 3 years, maybe more. And I have followed his work over the years, and he has caught hundreds, literally hundreds of men who believe they are going to have some sort of sexual encounter with a minor. And in this particular case, what they do, also, I should have brought this to your attention first, is they set up decoys in chat rooms or in dating apps with the hopes of luring somebody into thinking they're going to have sex with a minor. And then when the subject agrees to it, instead of coming face-to-face with the person they thought they were going to have sex with, they instead meet with a camera. And in this particular case, arrangements were made for the subject to go to the Walmart in North Bergen. And the person who the guy thought he was going to meet was going to be a 14-year-old boy, okay? The chief, as you can see here, this is a screenshot from the video. I got to see a clip of it, but not the entire thing, is 33 years old. And the age of consent in the state of New Jersey is 16. So he thought he was going to meet this 14-year-old boy at the Walmart in North Bergen, and instead he met the man who I mentioned to you before, whose name is Rami, okay? And Rami was there live streaming this on YouTube, and that's how this often works. What they do, though, is they take the videos down after they're live, edit them, and then repost them a couple of weeks later. So the full video, unless it's somewhere else, isn't online yet. And the clip that I saw was extremely graphic, and I'm going to show it to you in a minute. But I want to warn anybody who's watching this right now that if you are around children, they should not see this, because some of the language is very rough, and some of the things that are discussed, including by the suspect here, are absolutely unfathomable and extremely, extremely raw. So, but before I show you the video, I just want to make sure I've covered all the bases. So again, these are vigilantes who put together these online stings. They have decoys who pose as minor children. And in that case, what I mean is, in the state of New Jersey, anyone who would be under the age of 16. And in this particular case, Henry Miola, who is the volunteer fire chief of the Nutley Fire Department, believed he was going to the Walmart in North Bergen, according to reports, to meet who he thought was a 14-year-old boy. Instead, he met Rami, who for the last 3 years or so has been doing these online YouTube stings with the purpose of catching sexual predators, getting them off the street, and turning over the evidence to police and or prosecutors. This is about a 1-minute clip of the incident that occurred last night. I believe, from what I understand, the original video is 3 full hours, so this is only a smidgen of what actually went down last night. But apparently this, I've seen it, it's very graphic, but it really gives you a sense as to what happened yesterday. So take a look at this video, and then I'll come back on the other side.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. So can we admit that you just took that video to save yourself?
And that your intentions were to get sexual?
Thank you, man.
Can you say it? Can I hear it so I know you're not just bullshitting us? What? Say it.
I wanna hear it. I wanted to meet someone to potentially have some form of something sexual or whatever. That happens.
Sex, yeah.
Are you told them you're a top or are you a bottom? First? What are you?
Did you tell them in the chat?
What are you, top or box?
First.
Okay, so was your intentions to give it to him or take it?
Were you gonna bend over for I let him give it to you, or were you gonna give it to him?
I would take it.
You were gonna take it. So you're gonna bend over and you were gonna take it. From how old? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? What is fucking wrong with your head?
So that's part of the video that lasted 3 hours. The thing that's very difficult about a lot of these cases is that because these guys who do these things aren't law enforcement, it's very, very hard for the charges to come about and or for them to stick. But I think it's very clear in that particular case that this guy, who is the volunteer chief for the Nutley Fire Department, says what he was going to do. He answered the questions. And, you know, I was talking with Lisa before, and we were like, why would anybody answer the questions? But I guess when you're under pressure and you have cameras in your face, you just spill the beans. A lot of times the guys will say, no, you got it wrong, even though you have proof it's me. It's not really me. Somebody hacked my account. Not in this case. This guy was very, very blunt about what apparently happened. So that's what we know so far. What we also know, I think I mentioned this earlier, but I want to reiterate it, is that the case was transferred to the Hudson County Prosecutor's Office because he is a resident of Nutley. He's a quasi-public official, even though he's volunteer in Essex County. So they're moving the case to Hudson County. And I guess that's also partly because the reported incident took place in North Bergen, which, of course, is part of Hudson County as well. So whether there'll be any charges, we don't know yet. There haven't been any levied yet. But when we know anything more about the situation, we will certainly bring it to you as quickly as we can. What I also can report, too, is that this man's name has already been taken off the Nutley Township website. And from what I understand, the chief is a volunteer position in Nutley, and the deputy chief is a paid position. And I noticed that the deputy chief's name is still on the website, but Henry Miola's name has been yanked off as of now. So I would imagine that he's probably being suspended, or if he's not, he will be at some point in time. So that's the situation in Nutley. And it's unfortunate that it had to happen, but these things do happen. They're regular, and you would be surprised, taking who is involved in this out, just how many people are willing to do these crazy things with minors. They know it's illegal, but they still do it, and I just I'll never understand that. But that's where it stands right now with this situation in Nutley. And it is fluid and developing, so there is a possibility there will be more to report, maybe not tonight, but later on this week, but as certain in the next edition of The Observer, which is coming up on December 14th. So I'm going to wrap things up here, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop them below in the comment section under this video, and I'll do my best to answer them when I can. So, from the home studio tonight in Harrison, New Jersey, hope you're all enjoying your Wednesday nights, everybody. Sorry for the negative news, but I needed to let everybody know. And I hope to see you back here again very, very soon. Thanks for joining me, everybody.